Hey guys, I'm Babe, Sushi Babe, and I'll be sharing some of my thoughts on Akame ga Kill. Be aware that these are just going to be my personal opinions, so if you disagree with me, that's okay, because Akame ga Kill is a sort of show that can either be a hit or miss. You see, this is why people shouldn't overhype a show. If you hype a show way too much, there's going to be people finding every excuse to explain why the show is so bad. Attack on Titan received this sort of treatment, but because it did more good rather than bad, the show wasn't abused as hard. Akame ga Kill, however, is a completely different story. There are more things that it does bad rather than good. Now, I'm going to admit that I did keep my expectations low when watching this show. I also tried it out with my best friend. So what were our thoughts? Well, we both enjoyed it. However, my friend isn't an anime critic, so he appreciates most anime and has more fun with it, while I'm being a complete dickhead by analysing the issues of Akame ga Kill. So what were these issues? It feels like it's trying too hard to please its audience. I can see why people see it as a guilty pleasure, but I'm not really into these kinds of things. A lot of people love it because it's very violent. There's a lot of gore, it has entertaining action scenes, people get killed, and it has fan service. Oh, fan service. Oh baby, what a nice way to cover up bad writing. Oops, did I just say that? Yes, this show is filled with bad writing. I have come across a lot of shows that try so hard to be edgy as possible, and Akame ga Kill has to be a good addition to the list. The story isn't really that interesting, it's nothing new, but I do like the idea of the night raids taking assignments and killing certain targets. It does boil down to being episodic, which I didn't mind. I find the action scenes are quite entertaining and serves a redeeming aspect of the show. The dialogue seems like a copy and paste from other shonen anime. A lot of the things that they say are quite stupid. You're going to have characters talk about things or people and make them seem amazing, aka sugoi, as possible. They also don't know how to set the tone of the show. A lot of the scenes are not executed well. You'll see how it tries to make you feel shocked by how brutal it is, and that killing is serious business. However, I am not surprised since there is kill in the title. It attempts to make you feel sorry for these characters, whether it's a death scene or when it explores a character's tragic past. But it all feels too rushed. And suddenly, random comedy. Fucking great. I guess it can be overlooked since it's safe to say that the show doesn't take itself 100% seriously. When the comedy does take place at the right moment, you can praise the show for generally being entertaining. Kind of. But most comedy skits come out as unoriginal. Opening the door while someone is changing cliche. That is so funny. It's not like I've seen much edgy harems. Ha 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 ha. Did I mention how edgy this show is? We have a little girl who tortures and kills females just because they have better hair than hers, a man who loves eating raw meat and causes the young king to make utterly dumb choices, and a girl who is clumsy and incompetent at doing everything except murdering people. What? Oh, and we have an extremely crazy guy who is addicted to cutting off people's heads. Yeah man, I'm totally intimidated by you. I'm so scared right now. The Grudge can probably make me more scared, but then again, The Grudge sucks dick. Ah! Seriously, all these villains come off as completely stupid, they're not well thought out, and they're just fucked up just because they're fucked up. I don't care about the reasons behind their actions, nothing justifies how dumb and exaggerated it seems. It's just really silly. Oh dang, why didn't I talk about the main cast first? Could they be this uninteresting? Seems like it. I really find that the main protagonist is one of the most generic shitheads I've come across. But what can I expect from a shonen? He isn't cringeworthy, but he's someone that's forgettable. We also have stereotypical characters, now color-coded. They're all uninteresting. There's one of them I feel like strangling. Sushi Babe, who is the best girl of Akame ga Kill? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? No guys, it's this one. Those fucking muscles. That gigantic dick. You guys know what I think is decent? The animation. Despite the animation being quite inconsistent, the action scenes are done very nicely. I found myself to be entertained in every moment of it. They know how to make it look slick, and damn is it fun to watch. Hence to why I didn't mind the episodic nature of Akame ga Kill. I just preferred them to get down to business just because of these reasons. The general art style of the show is nothing new, nothing much to say about it. There's also not much to say about the soundtrack either, so I'll just get to my final summary of the show. Right now, I'm not expecting a lot out of Akame ga Kill, and I hope others don't expect much as well. As soon as I was aware that it's a shonen, I wasn't surprised that it was disappointing. I enjoyed the show anyway due to how entertained I felt. It never actually made me bored, and I can appreciate it for that sole purpose. I can see why people say this show is like Mirai Nikki, but Mirai Nikki comes off as more retarded and shit despite taking itself too seriously. But I'm actually liking Akame ga Kill more since it's a bit more self-aware. If you guys love this show, I can totally see why. It's fun, it's very entertaining, and it's nicely animated. You really shouldn't care about what people say about it, especially me. And you can continue to enjoy it however you please. And if you don't like this show, cool. So that was my first impressions for Akame ga Kill from episode 1 to 5. It would be no surprise if someone were to drop a dislike. I know, I spent more time bashing it rather than praising it, but in the end, everyone's taste is very subjective. Also, feel free to subscribe and follow me on Hummingbird. This has been Sushi Babe, and I hope you have a good day or night.